Peace and blessings. Good morning. Let me just turn this up. This is Lisa Marie. So I'm early. I'm very early today. I got up this morning at about 3:30 in the morning. So, and I don't know what time I went to bed. Maybe about 11:30. I can't even say. Right now, I'm drinking on lemon water and some sea moss gel. That's not. It's definitely gel, so it's not very liquefied, but it's delicious. It's bringing me back to life. I've been out there. I've been partying a lot. I've been entertaining. I've been having sacred goddess circles without even trying to have them. It's been beautiful. I've been growing. I've been learning myself. Like yeah, I've been really learning myself. Myself is amazing. Like who I mean myself as I believe in astrology. So myself as a Leo woman, myself as a single woman, myself as a woman, myself as a dating woman, myself like who is this woman? Like I did not know how much that I was in a state of not knowing. Like I was in such an unknown state, and I love it. I didn't know it was okay not to know. Like y'all, I'm navigating through all of this. Like I'm navigating through, especially this thing called. Well, see, this is the thing with the idea of relationships. This is what I'm realizing again, not just realizing, but hearing again, is that relationships really are your reflection. All of them. You're having a relationship, you as a passenger and the bus driver as a bus driver. There's a relationship between you and your employer. There's a relationship between you and your food, you and your style of dress, you and your friends. Like the relationships, don't you notice that that's what we all can say that we're here for on some level, to either have a relationship or not, either way, or even on every level we're having a relationship, or at least on some levels that you can't really escape it. You might as well run to it. But it seems like that relationship that we deem as intimate relationship, or romantic relationship, we somehow that one feels to us a little more loaded, a little more like we have a choice. Like I could choose to have a male, female, or human to human touch relationship. I could choose to be intimate. You know what? I think that yes, you always are choosing. You always are choosing, but you're choosing. I feel like it seems like you're choosing always to be closer to yourself. But I think that we have to be careful, especially Leos. So this is what I find with Leo. So this is the thing. Dating a Leo, I get to see myself in ways that I've never seen. Actually, y'all, we really decided to be friends. So me and Bay, no, we're not going down the romantic trail. We both decided. But what I did say that I learned from that and the reflected was seeing a Leo and how, we have to, I think for ourselves, we have to define what we really want and what we're willing to do to be a part of things. Leos are very, when some people say selfish, ooh, nah, yeah, it looks selfish to the outside world because we're the ones that say things like, I've lost myself, or I can't find myself, or I need more time with myself, or I need more of myself, or I'm losing myself. Like we are very difficult for a lot of Leos to kind of go with the flow. There's a lot of rigidity in Leos, only because I could see it in the partner that I was just with. I see it in myself now. Very rigid. We don't understand that what it's almost like we have to be careful because our serious side, the side that gets things done, that go all the way in, we're very much researchers, studiers. We could do like all the spiritual stuff that I do. It makes sense. I've spent monk years. Okay, let's just talk about it. I've spent monk years reading and so-called studying, and I wasn't even called a study. It was pure enjoyment. Leos are kind of one-dimensional, where they can get on something, they can stay right there, and when their world is moved, they actually don't know what to do. That's the kind of controlling side of Leos. And I feel like what I learned from being in this, short little, relationship, because they all are, is that I need to loosen up. Like not, and I was loose in this one, but when I look at the other person and see how not loose they seem sometimes not to be, I need to loosen up. I need to know that when you do a lot of stuff to manifest, and I'm talking to my queens, whether you do it like you're doing things like all of that reading, all of those spiritual classes, all of those baths, all of those prayers, all of those meditations are actually going to change your current reality. In other words, remember the idea of quantum physics is that by observing something, just by you observing it, it changes. So just by being an observer and seeing something you want. So when you actively are reading, writing, studying, when you're actively delving into yourself, the only thing is, in a sense, is that you're going to continue to delve into yourself because every person you meet will be you. The beauty of it is if you stopped so-called doing something you always did, studying in a way or always being married to your books, and actually decide to be married to a human being, the pleasure, the joy, the experience, the knowledge and the wisdom that you got from that one thing you used to do, you're actually going to be able to get it from something else. But when you're rigid, that's what you got to be careful. When you're rigid and you expect your money from only one source, your relationships to be a certain way, or you're stuck to you want more, you ask for more, but when more comes, you go right back and you fight for what you already have. What you already have is already done. It's already done. It's already done. There's no juice left in what you actually have. You've extrapolated all you could from it. And so now what you have is what all that studying, all that reading, all that writing, all that feeling got you to. Sometimes we can't see the blessing and we don't really see all in the blessing, that the blessing is better than where we were. That in doing what we were doing, when we were doing it, where we were doing it, we created a new place, a new time, a new space, a new reality, a new chance, and a new opportunity. I learned that, y'all, in 1 month. I learned that high vibration frequency is very, very, very real. And that when you're on it, you will tap into people that's on it as well on whatever level for however long. I think the key though to high vibrational frequency is the maintenance of it. Particularly when in a relationship, two people must start flying high. I saw in this relationship how a lot of times what Leos will do, I've done it so I can see it in other people. Everything they're feeling is because of you. It's your fault. They're sad, they're mad, they're unhappy. It's your fault they had to do this, they had to do that. When I saw that, I said to myself, oh no, did I do that to people? Did I make it feel like I'm sad and it's their fault? And absolutely I did. All the relationships they must have went crazy with me. Leos are effing nuts in our own way. We need that constant, but it's almost like it's a good two things about a Leo. When it's good, they will step up and say, I did that. That's why it's good. But when it's bad, they'll step up in a sense and say and go too deep, and they did that too. So they kind of they don't talk in words. They even say when they use words like, I feel and I'm not feeling and I don't feel and it don't feel right. Like they will always use feel words because they don't really have to talk. They go by what they feel. And remember, they're a cat, so they're very instinctual. But they think their instincts are always right. Sometimes they're trained their instincts to actually run away. That their fight or flight is so intact that that's all that they could do. I remember the years of like running or not wanting to see myself. I feel like it's humorous dating somebody in a sense that's your sign because you got to look at yourself and know you do that thing. I've said those exact words, but they never had anything to do with the other person. I think it would be, for a Leo, I think it would be nice for you to lose yourself because the self that we identify with is so one-dimensional. It's so on some one-dimensional only. The self that you're identifying with is not the only self. It's probably not even the most significant one. And then if with one thing we know for sure is you did the hell out of that self already. At some point, it's interesting, older folks, people say, oh, old folks, slower to change or won't change at all. And I think the reason is that they've identified with this thing that they call themselves, what they wake up with, what they do. They think that's them. They don't know that even created something else, but they won't go towards it. And then, like I said, Leos are too busy blaming somebody else for their own pain, blaming somebody else for what they feel, somebody else for not being what they think that they should be. What I realized is be more wild. I have it's the fixed Leo sign. It's the me. It's the slightly selfishness. It's the afraid, maybe the fear of commitment in a lot of ways, because it does mean that it just all can't be about me. I'm willing to change my routine, because let me tell you, the vibration, I believe there's lots of high vibrational frequencies. Some feel higher, but maybe it's not necessarily higher. It's different. It's like you like the sound of a saxophone. You may also like the sound of a guitar. You don't have to compare the two sounds. They both are tuning some frequency or some organs, if you will, within you. So in my mind, I got to understand that. I got to understand that there's a lot of things that's going to turn me on, that don't get stuck on this is what I've been doing. And when I met you, now I'm not doing those things anymore. I used to say stuff like that. I used to know that I've lost myself in you instead of myself. Leos need to lose themselves. Anybody that is rigid, when you are extra rigid, when you are got a program and you got how many hours you do this for yourself, because Leos is all about themselves. And yes, we have a great capacity to teach the world and those who don't put themselves first. But at the same time, we have to be very, very careful that the stage is not just ours. There are other actors playing on this damn stage. Leos are also very dramatic. Everything is very dramatic. Like, I can see how dating a Leo, as the people that dated me, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so freaking sorry. Like, because I know what you dealt with. Like, oh my God, how could you take it? It's always you. And it's always drama. And it's always more. And you've done, and I've looked. It's not that damn serious, Leos. It's not that damn serious. But if you're not a Leo and you are feeling this because you one of those people that you can't keep it light. I thought it was just black women. There's some black men that can't keep it light either. They get scared because the feeling of that love, like I want to go back to it, of that super love vibration, it's real. And you know it's not somebody else's, because you don't fall apart if the person goes or the person stays or you both decide. You don't fall apart, because you understand that it wasn't their love. It wasn't your love. It was your love for yourself and their self. The love you carry around, the love that you so was willing to give. Like, that's a beautiful thing. We fight love, and black love. The reason why I think sometimes it's under attack is because we attack it. It's an attack from within. It is not from without. We don't run to it. We don't go to it. When it alters our entire life, we get afraid of it. We start going into our issues. I see it with my girlfriends and I see it with my guy friends. I see black people, I say, wow, we really need help to understand, how do you be in a relationship? How do you stay in a relationship? How do you not blame others? And this is why I'm going to talk to my psychologist. So on Friday, we can actually have a conversation with her, because I know black love is complicated. It doesn't have to be a struggle, but I think that when you're dealing with all these things, I think that especially spiritual men, I'm talking about spiritual men for a reason, minute, especially men that are some called Hotep brothers, but I'm just going to call them conscious. I think that black conscious men are the sexiest men ever for me, because I like the intelligence. I like the realms and places that they can go. The only thing that I'm going to ask is that y'all need to connect to your more divine feminine side in a different kind of way than I think that they're doing it. I think that they don't know how to be in a relationship. I think women at the same time don't really know how to be in a relationship. So you got two people that, and then if they Leos, they goddamn too damn selfish to ever come together. Two selfish people, I don't know. I mean, like, wow, like, I saw it in the degree, and that's the thing, like I said, you can't, as any human being with any relationship, this is not just Leos, because I got a friend who's going through it too, you cannot project your stuff on others. I mean, you can, and you probably will, and you probably do. Do you understand what I'm saying? But I realize how many times that in my past relationships, reflect my stuff, project my stuff. Literally, like, I didn't know that my sad feelings was mine. I, like a Leo, thought it was the other person making my life sad. Like, I mean, but I could have never seen that. And it's not that I'm afraid, but it's the most interesting thing, because when I see it, I was more open. I was like, oh my God, I said those words he said, and it sounded so dramatic. It sounded so dramatic. It sounded like, oh my God, I said that so many times. How dramatic is that? It's almost like not wanting to move forward, like your comfort zone is really nice, and you really think that what you're doing is bringing you your joy. You don't know that it's brought you joys beyond joys beyond joys. It's brought you multiple reality of joys. Most of us will get the candy in the mail, but we won't open it and eat it. We won't eat the candy. In other words, we can bring it to us because our mind is so powerful. We talk about metaphysics. We talk about using the power of mind. We're talking about levitation and bringing things to us, right? All of that. Conscious black folks, oh my God, some of these brothers, brilliant, full brilliant. When it comes to that little heart thing, woo, that's the hardest part. And I think that black folks have to feel feelings and open their heart and stop running. We like goddamn runaway slaves when it comes to relationships. If it's not one person's jetting, it's the other one. The longevity and the staying in power and and then another problem is the non-communication. But Leos think that if they don't, Leos communicate with you without words. Don't forget this. So when they don't call you, that really does mean something. I mean, seriously, it means I'm mad or I'm working on my issues, but their lack of communication skills to say, hey, I need time for myself. I think we're missing that. I don't think it's just black folks. I think communication, that act emotions without putting it on somebody else or blaming them for your own feelings. I learned that I used to do that I don't want to do that. I'm cognizant of it. Clearly, I saw that in this one. And I was just like, oh my God, this is the most revolutionary. Like, this is so freeing to see that, wow, this is what it's like to date you. This is what you put people through. It's you, and it's you, and it's your fault. It's your fault, and you didn't. You should have did this better, and now it's because of the way you do it is that I don't feel good. And it's you. It's not you at all. And wait a second, why can't we be responsible for our own feelings? It is like, oh my God, I never owned my feelings, and I never saw that I didn't own my feelings until I was in the same relationship with somebody that was exactly my sign. And I was just like, just the fact that you heard somebody say something that you said is such a Leo term. Like if I said it, it's such a Leo term. But it's a term that seems very blaming somebody else for what you feel like you didn't have, what you lost. Oh my God, that was like married to me. Ew. And I think about that vibe where you want to sit people down. Leos want to sit you down because you're going to understand how they feel. No matter what you say, they still going to say, you ain't really hear me though. You didn't really get it. I did this. It's like, what is that crazy need for not just Leos, for somebody to get you when it's not about them getting you. It's about you getting you. But I thought about how depressing that was. I used to talk about my marriage, about depressing, but that's depressing. Like somebody, it could be a sunny, beautiful day, and the Leo's up there on the stage of life complaining about how you triggered this shit inside of me. Oh wait, so what? That's not my fault. But what you got to do is if you're on either side of that, you have to not accept that. Like you have to really understand like what your stuff is and what somebody else's. And when they say, I feel a way because you didn't do or you did, I'm going to pull back on a little bit because I'm going to want to not do that to somebody else. Listen, getting ready to get ready to get ready to get ready, getting ready to get ready to get ready. It's the most amazing thing. I think the so-called dating stage is the most perfect stage because you don't know. You start realizing that you be like, you know what? I thought I wanted this. I thought I wanted like a house in the country with a man. Okay, maybe I don't really want that. Maybe I'm a little too not that me. That's not really me. So I'm dating to see more about myself. I didn't know that. I'm not dating to find a man, but if I do get one, that's the one for me. Because I feel with all this training, this is training. Like dating is training, y'all. With all this training, and law of attraction calls it sorting and sifting. With all this sorting and sifting, that's what you do. You go and be like, oh no, oh okay, well I saw that in myself, so I'm not gonna do that because I didn't like it done to me, and now I did it. But I'm stopping It's dope. It's like if you could date knowing that even a 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, 3 weeks is actually telling, and then also take out of it what was good because there was a lot of good, and in another way, and hope you could be friends. hope that you actually could build a genuine friendship, because everybody you date is not going to be your husband. Someone who could be your very good friend, and you could be close in other ways. So that's the thing. Another thing I feel like for me too, like I am, like people know me because I'm from YouTube, and I feel like dating a YouTuber, saying a lot. Like I don't think a man knows. Like dating a goddess, that's some whole nother trip. Like a lot of people don't know how to do that. And then dating like a YouTuber of somebody popular. My lifestyle is my channel. This is my channel. So this is my lifestyle. So I'm going to talk about my lifestyle. Like I told you, I'm not going to mention names. I'm not going to show no pictures. And I'm not even going to talk about it for a long time. I'm actually over this one as far as to talk about it. But me expressing what my life, if you watch me long enough, you know that I do that. So anytime somebody tries to tell you what to say or not say, then that's not cool in either way at all. That'll never work for me. This is my self-expression, platform, and this is what I'm talking about, living free. So it was so that love. So let me tell you about that love vibration. The love vibration is deep. It is a feeling. It's a wonderful, but it's like the first time I ever hit that and realized that it wasn't belonging to somebody else. Somebody else couldn't take it away. Do you understand how many spiritual texts and even songs and things that we all hear, like you think, oh my God, I was so in love, or I was in love, and then the person's not there, or I left the person, we broke up, now I'm hurt. That's not true. That wasn't some love. That was some possession. That wasn't right. That true love, that vibration that is available to you at any time, and sometimes it comes through a person that activates that within you, that's real. And that's a vibe. It's like people smoke weed to get to a certain a high, and a lot of ways, for some people, very spiritual high. Well, in a sense, love, no, it's no in a sense. Love is a spiritual high. And but when you get there, nobody could drop you back down to heaven. From heaven to the cold world. It ain't cold. You ain't dropped back down. You now flying on other frequencies, because it's not somebody else's. That's the most beautiful thing, because you can see, because if you put on somebody else, when they really come down and they start being their other selves, I guess they call it reality. Reality is what you create. Then you start realizing, wait a second, was that love? Is this love? So you still can love the person because you have love, but the vibration of it, you can access over and over again. I'm about that high vibe frequency. I know that I can activate that love frequency without even another person being the object of that frequency. Do you understand? Like, I know that. And I know that though, even the frequency when I'm not in that specific love frequency, I am in variable frequencies, and they're all of loving frequencies. They just feel different, and I'm enjoying all of it. I've never in my life, I'm going to continue to date. For sure, I'm not, out there searching, but I'm definitely going to continue to date and continue to enjoy my life, because it's just so good. So I just want to say, keep me all posted, and also self-reflection. Like, so this is what I do. This is what I've been doing. This is how I self-reflect. I come on YouTube and I talk to y'all, but it's a great thing. It's like, let nobody take that away from you. I probably would like to meet a man that does not know me from YouTube and just get to know me a little bit, because it's kind of like an unfair advantage, because they see you as one way and then you meet them and you're normal, and I don't know. But it's okay. It's all good. It's not like it matters, because it doesn't, because there's no end goal for me, like, because I don't know enough about this new me. I don't know enough about this evolving me. Like, I'm not stuck. It's funny that when you don't know somebody, you don't even know what you want. You don't even know what you want. Well, that's okay. That's the first time in my life, because Leos don't ever, when I was sitting in a circle, I had a sister over, it was wonderful. Janae actually came over eventually. I was sitting in a circle, and the sister said, it's okay that you don't know if you want to get married, that you don't know if you do get married, if you want to live with your husband, that you don't know. It's okay. And I was like, oh my God, I always know. Like, I'm a teacher. Like, not knowing. I never in my life thought of life that way. Like, you mean you could not know? You mean you could not even know? You could not know and don't go find the answer? Like, at least if you don't know, don't you go find the answer? Like, that is my whole, like, I think it's a Leo makeup. We got to know. We can't not be in a not knowing. Like, that's just no. But the reality is, I think about the Dalai Lama. I remember telling the story a long time ago, and how, people come to see him from all over the world, and they ask him questions, and he has brilliant answers. And one time they asked him a question, and he said, he stopped, he listened, he thought, he said, I don't know. And everybody was a little nervous. It was quiet, and everybody, nervous laughter was going around because they thought he was joking, but he said, really, I don't know. And that was a beauty of it, that you can't know everything. And some people want to make you feel like something wrong with you because you just don't know. But my girl freed me last night when she said, this Tiffany, this is a girl I'm going to be working with. This is like a protege. I'm going to call her. I feel like that I'm definitely mentoring, and she is giving me all that young, wonderful, wonderful life. But I'm dating. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know who I am. I don't know what I want. I don't know. I've been somebody girlfriend for so long, and I've been somebody mama for so long, and I don't really know. But I know I like men. I know that I want to be with one. Another thing too, like I tell you, courting is for you. Courting is for you. Women, courting is for you. Don't sleep with them. Court, because then first of all, you don't feel so bad if it don't work out. But you don't feel great, but you don't feel so bad. You feel great now. You feel good because you ain't do nothing. But the other thing you observe is how people fight. Is that your style? Like, and also how much a lot of men and women, they're really not ready to do the work that's required to be in a relationship. If it don't go all perfect, if there's one sign of contrast, they out, you might want to learn that early. And not so courting, I could just see why this is so brilliant. You get to know so much. And I feel like for us, 30 days or less. The 90-day rule, you're not even going to get to 90 days. Most people ain't going to either make it to 90 days. You know what I'm saying? And other thing, too, is like, word. Like somebody like, oh, it's just look at people, what they say doesn't match up. Oh, I would come see you every week. Or, oh, it's no problem. And then they do it and they all tired. Like, it's just like, what I'm saying to you is listen and see if people words can match up to what they want. Some people really mean well by you. Some people really want you to want to be with you. But sometimes some people are not for you, and you're not really for them. I listen to what people tell me they want to do in the beginning, and now if I don't see it being done, and then they turn around, it's my fault, then I look at that and I just say to myself, you know what? We all working on the same building called our bodies and our lives and our minds. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Like, I'm not blaming nobody. But I think it was, for me, I had a great, amazing time. I'm high flying. I'm all the way through the roof. I'm here. And I saw what I could do. I know I manifested that. I know where I was because I told y'all. And it is grand. It is beautiful. It is wonderful. It is all that. But I got so much in my life that I'm ready now. And I saw my stuck places. Like, that's the healing in this whole story. I saw my own stuck places and I said, oh, I don't want to be there anymore. I don't want to be right. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be happy. I don't want to be right. And I want to know when the blessing came in and to move towards it and not hold on to the routine, the regimen, but allow new routines and regimens. That's a big one for Leos, and I feel very happy that I'm getting that at least. Hey, Grand Rising, M Love. Grand Rising, Deborah. Hey, Nasya. How are you, Queen? Leo here. Hey, girl. Isis Oracle. I dated a Leo male child. I can't. He had a killer work ethic. That's right, but he was more of a robot. He didn't even want to. Yes, come on. Share me with the children. He wanted all my. Yeah, that's a hard one, too. It's a hard one, too. Yes. Indeed, Isis Oracle, he was. Yes, I gotcha. Just too needy, Ashe. Hey, says, I can relate, although I'm not a Leo. Yes, Tony, because some of these are not just Leo qualities. They're very much just human. Well, I don't even know if they're innately human, but we definitely learned them, right? Good Wednesday morning. Good Wednesday to you, Monique. Tony says, oh, yes, me too. I was a big old victim. Laugh out loud. It was his fault. I felt unhappy. Now I know my happiness is my responsibility. Awesome lesson. Yes, that one. Yeah. Thank you. I woke up. This topic is so important for me right now. Both me and my man have a history of running away when things get tough. I'm changing that. I made us an appointment to see a therapist to communicate better. See, Monique, I love Monique. I love her for that. I will love to say, and I want to say, we need therapy in the Black community as far as it goes on relationships. because that idea of running, like I saw that and I was like, wow, I'm sure I've done this, but that one, not that really, that's it. That's all it takes. I learned that also from my marriage. That's got to be the most important thing. I know those people that stayed together for a long time, that's probably one thing they got down. And I'm talking about the healthy of relationships, is that you can't run for every little thing. But I don't even do the work of the person to tell them that. If they can't figure that out, that's okay. So it's healthy. I'm so proud of you. And I was talking to my girlfriend. I was like, wow, we need therapy. Like we need help around our relationships because we talk about black love, but that communication is so off that it's just a dream or a postcard until we start really doing the work and getting help to do the work. Oh, sis, hallelujah. Been there, done that. Sis, learning and growing. Love you. Awesome revelations. Thank you, darling Tony. Good morning, Beverly. Tony says relationships can heal inner triggers if consciously aware. Yes, absolutely. It really is. It's powerful. It's amazing, and it don't take a lot. The thing is, too, I feel like in our times where I would like us to see us move further is to get the lessons and move on. Like it's your valuable, you're beautiful, you're wonderful. Like you should be, in a sense, you should leave relationships happier, not sad. If I don't think I'll ever have to leave relationships sad again because I know stuff that I didn't know before. So I don't think I ever have to do that again. So I love you, ladies. I just want to say good morning. I know it's early. I may come back later, I may not. But let me get the lineup for Friday and see if I got what I got. And also, if you love this video, you were moved by it, watching the replay, first like, share, subscribe to the channel, and share so we can get to that 1,000 subscribers and I can go live on my phone and anywhere. And just because I'll start monetizing, which will be great. Also, help a sister out. I love y'all. You know that. I can talk to you all day. Consider donating to the PayPal and the Cash App. That helped me eat and live and, vibe. So yeah, I love you, ladies, and I will see you all in the next video. Have a beautiful, blessed day, and yeah, peace and blessings, queens. I'll leave all information, links, classes, things you can take in the description box. Blessings.